Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing some of the eco-friendly casting resin brands which are available to us here in India. Today I have in front of me Jesmonite, which is a UK based brand, and it is imported to India by Baxens Boreali, and it's AC100 that is available to us. Then there is Beyond Mix, which is sold by Beyond Inks. And also I have Hydrocast, which is sold by Pourfect. Today I'm going to be creating these trinket trays with all of these brands, one each, and let's see how that goes. Before I start, I wanted to show you what the starter kits of each of these brands have. This one is Jesmonite AC100. It comes in this bucket like container, and within this we have a few things which are going to be helpful for anyone who starts with casting resin. There is silicone molds which are reusable. There is powder and liquid which is to be mixed in a right proportion, and then we have three basic colors of red, yellow and blue. In Beyond Mix also we have the same kind of starter kit. The powder comes in this container, which is the base. Then we have the liquid, which is the polymer. Besides this, they do give the silicone molds of two different shapes and three different colored tints. A good kit to start out with. From Pourfect also we have an identical kit with two molds, the casting resins and tints, with a pair of gloves as extra and some sandpaper as well. I'm going to be making these three trinket trays, oval ones, with each of these brands so that we can compare at the end. I'm going to use a measuring scale to measure out 2.5 parts of powder is to 1 part of liquid, which is recommended by all of these three brands. And for the first one, Jesmonite, I'm going to be adding some of the terrazzo chips. I want to create terrazzo trays for each of these ones. So I'm going to be adding some black terrazzo chips which I have prepared in advance. So I'm going to measure out 1 part of liquid with the help of Jesmonite calculator. It is 75 grams. And once the liquid is taken, then 2.5 parts of powder, which is around 187 parts of powder. In the link below, I will share the Jesmonite calculator link as well with you guys. Now I'm going to measure out my powder, that is 187 grams. Now it's all about mixing it thoroughly. Make sure to have a clean, homogeneous mix. You do not want any unmixed powder particles getting clumped in the mix, and make sure to mix it clockwise, anti-clockwise, however you want it. Slowly add the powder so that the clumps keep on dissolving as they go, and don't add the powder all of it at once. So this is just a little tip that I would like to share with you guys. Once everything is mixed thoroughly, then you can go ahead and pour it directly if you want to add no color to it, or if you can add color. If you see the consistency, it is very smooth, it's paste like, it's not very runny, and this is what I like about Jesmonite. It's very easy to use. I'm adding my terrazzo chips, and as soon as I have done that, around 3 to 4 spoons of them, and I'm going to give it a quick stir and directly start pouring it into my mold. As soon as I have finished pouring, I have to spread it a little bit because it's a little thicker paste. It doesn't flow in itself, and I give a tap around it to avoid air bubbles. The next one is the Beyond Mix. Black color I have made and added colorful terrazzo chips, and I'm pouring it straight into the trinket tray. Now it has a better flow to it, so you see that it automatically covered the entire tray in one go. I did not need to spread it, but because it has a good flowing consistency, chances of air bubbles is more. So tap around thoroughly so that you have least problems of pores coming up in your final piece. Next comes the hydro cast. I added a little bit of brown tinge to it, made it an ochre base just so that we have some differentiation. I added white terrazzo chips and giving it a thorough mix. This one is also slight flowy consistency, so 3 spoons of powder slightly to make it a little thicker. I don't want it to be too runny, that will take longer to set. Once I have done that, I have mixed my terrazzo chips, and now that I have given it a quick stir, I'm going to put it in the same trinket tray mold. And if you see closely, the mix is still runny. It doesn't have that much of a thickness, but it flows really well into the mold. And quickly I just pour all of it, and all you need to do is give it a nice tap on the sides and wait for it to set. It takes around 40 to 45 minutes for all of these materials to set. Jesmonite being slightly thicker took lesser time to set, which was a good thing, 35 minutes. Slowly break the seal while you're demolding. Make sure that you do not wait too long into the tray to demold so that you do not have the sweat marks, which usually happens when the mix starts to reach a higher temperature. I had absolutely no issues with Jesmonite. The next came in is the Beyond Mix. It took a little longer because the mix was flowy, around 40 to 45 minutes. Slowly and delicately I demolded it, and now that you see it, it has a very smooth and clean finish, good shine, and that is what the Beyond Mix looks like. I have to sand it out to make sure the terrazzo chips are seen. Even for the Pourfect one, it was a clean finish and very smooth, very nice without much pores. So as I see the Jesmonite one, which is the first one, the base mix is slightly off-white and it is not pure white. I did not add any color to this one. Then came the Beyond Mix. I added the black tints in it and the finish is superb. It has no pores and it is really nice and shiny. Then came the Pourfect. Because there was a more flowy consistency to this one, there were a little issues with the pores on the edges. Overall, all of these three products are really good and I wish that you try all of them. The price differences is there, which makes it a bit of a deciding game as well. Jesmonite starter kit is approximately 3100, Beyond Mix is 2300, and the Pourfect one is for around 1800, a very good competitive price when it comes to Beyond Mix and Pourfect. But overall, when I see the finished product of it, I am slightly inclined towards Beyond Mix, of using it again and again, because the finish was very good, the consistency of it was very good, and just generally the entire base also after mixing is more white compared to Jesmonite and Pourfect. So I think that's where it stands out a little bit compared to these two brands. I hope and wish that you guys also get a chance to try all of these three brands, or at least one of them, and I hope to get a review from you guys how you experienced it, and is there something which stood out for you for any of these brands. So do leave a comment below for the same. So I went all out and I started using it abundantly. These are the products which I have created using only Beyond Mix, and I'm absolutely loving it. So hope you guys also try out. Leave me a comment below how you like this video, and hopefully share it and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you so much.